Have you ever wondered what secrets lie hidden within the jewels that have adorned monarchs? Today, we embark on a captivating journey through the history of one of the most iconic sapphire ensembles, a collection that intertwines the destinies of several royal figures and generations. Some jewels possess a fate as winding and dramatic as the sparkle of their precious stones. They are silent witnesses to epochs, passing from hand to hand, accumulating legends, and preserving the touch of their crowned owners. One such treasure is a sapphire parure, whose story begins with a Belgian princess, continues, gracing Queen Elizabeth II herself, and finds new life with Queen Camilla. But what makes this set so extraordinary, and why has it particularly captured the attention of the current queen? Our narrative commences not amidst the glittering displays of modern jewelry houses, but with a historical figure, Princess Louise of Belgium, the eldest daughter of King Leopold II. Imagine the late 19th to early 20th centuries, an era of lavish balls and intricate courtly intrigues. It was during this period that Princess Louise possessed a magnificent sapphire parure. This parure was not merely a collection of ornaments, but a true masterpiece of jewelry artistry, comprising a necklace, earrings, and a tiara. Regrettably, few detailed descriptions or images of Princess Louise's original complete set have survived, which only adds to its aura of mystery. We can only surmise that these were large, richly colored sapphires, possibly of Ceylonese or Kashmir origin, framed by diamonds in the classic style of that era, likely set in platinum or silver, backed with gold to enhance the depth of the blue stones and the brilliance of the diamonds. The design was most likely majestic, befitting the status of a princess of the blood. However, Princess Louise's life was far from a fairy tale idyll. Her marriage, scandals, and financial difficulties led her to part with many of her jewels. A sad yet common fate for many aristocratic treasures, the parure, sold by the princess, found its way onto the European jewelry market. There, its trail vanishes for a time, but it is known that eventually this splendid ensemble was pitilessly broken up. The jewels, created as a unified whole, were separated, and each piece embarked on its own journey, passing from one owner to another. The tiara from Princess Louise's set, that crown of her former splendor, resurfaced in 1950 when it was acquired by one of the renowned European jewelry houses. Perhaps it was Cartier or Van Cleef and Arpels, known for their appreciation of historic jewels. The fate of the earrings remains less clear. They might have been recut or incorporated into other pieces of jewelry. But what became of the necklace, the central element of Princess Louise's parure? It awaited its moment of glory. In 1963, more than half a century after it left the Belgian princess's jewel case, this necklace was acquired by none other than Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain. This choice was not coincidental. The British Queen, renowned for her impeccable taste and profound understanding of the significance of royal jewels, saw in this necklace the perfect complement to a sapphire parure she already possessed. This parure, consisting of a tiara and earrings, was particularly dear to Elizabeth, as it was a wedding gift from her father, King George VI, upon her marriage to Prince Philip in 1947. Thus, Princess Louise's necklace was destined to be reunited, albeit in a new capacity, with other sapphire treasures, continuing the tradition of royal splendor. But why did Elizabeth II choose this particular necklace to augment her father's gift? And how did it integrate into the existing royal ensemble, which possessed its own, no less illustrious history? The sapphire parure gifted by King George VI to his daughter, Princess Elizabeth, for her wedding was known as the Victorian Suite, or the George VI sapphire parure. The earrings and tiara, which is sometimes referred to as a necklace, as it was originally a necklace converted into a tiara, were indeed of Victorian origin. It is believed they were created in the mid-19th century. The sapphires in this set are of a deep, rich blue hue, likely of Ceylonese origin, classically cut, and surrounded by sparkling diamonds. Elizabeth's tiara, converted from a necklace, was crafted in a lighter, more ethereal style than one might expect from Princess Louise's original tiara, which was likely more substantial and weighty in keeping with the fashion of its time. However, despite the differences in style and era of creation, the necklace of the controversial Belgian princess blended surprisingly harmoniously with Elizabeth II's set, complementing it and lending it a sense of completeness. Naturally, to achieve a perfect match, Her Majesty's jewelers had to make some alterations. It is known that the necklace's setting was somewhat adjusted. This likely involved minor modifications to the clasps or length to ensure it perfectly complemented the tiara and earrings and sat comfortably on the Queen. Elizabeth II, with her keen eye for detail, did not stop there. To the magnificent parure she now possessed, she personally commissioned a sapphire bracelet, evidently created in the same style, to make the ensemble absolutely complete and harmonious. This bracelet, featuring large sapphires surrounded by diamonds, perfectly complemented the tiara, necklace, and earrings. Elizabeth II first wore her newly updated and augmented remarkable sapphire parure in 1965 during a state visit to West Germany. It was a significant appearance, showcasing not only the splendor of the British crown, but also the Queen's personal taste. In the subsequent decades, Elizabeth II wore this luxurious set numerous times. It appeared particularly often in the 1990s and 2000s, adorning her at state banquets, official receptions, and portrait sittings. Elizabeth II deeply cherished her sapphire parure and often paired it with her other sapphire jewels, creating truly regal ensembles. For instance, on several occasions, the Queen complemented the parure with one of her most beloved and historically significant sapphire brooches. This famous brooch, a substantial cabochon sapphire surrounded by diamonds, is known in Britain as the Russian brooch, or Empress Maria Feodorovna's brooch, as it once belonged to the Russian Empress Maria Feodorovna, wife of Alexander III and mother of Nicholas II. The brooch was acquired by Queen Mary of Teck, Elizabeth II's grandmother, in the 1930s and has since become one of the treasures of the British crown. Pairing the parure with this brooch not only enhanced the ensemble's magnificence, but also underscored historical continuity and the connections between European monarchies. Elizabeth II's choice to wear the sapphire parure was often dictated by her attire. The Queen typically wore it when the set complemented her clothing, most often gowns of white or various shades of blue, which beautifully accentuated the depth of the sapphires. The Queen also frequently wore this set when she was to appear in public, wearing the blue garter sash of the Order of the Garter, Great Britain's highest order of chivalry. The sapphires harmonized perfectly with the color of the sash, creating a complete and majestic image. The last time Elizabeth II complemented her royal attire with the sapphire tiara and Princess Louise's necklace was in 2019, when she posed for an official portrait by artist Chris Jackson at Windsor Castle. This portrait became one of the last in which the Queen was depicted wearing this historic set. Following her passing in September 2022, her priceless jewels, including this sapphire parure, traditionally reverted to the treasury of the British royal family and, it appears, partly became the property of her son, King Charles III, for the use of future queens. And so, following the passing of the long-reigning Queen, these magnificent sapphires found a new custodian. How did Britain's new Queen, Camilla, receive this historic set? And why does this particular parure seem to have especially appealed to her? Today, many of the jewels that once adorned Elizabeth II can be seen on Britain's new Queen, Camilla. As Duchess of Cornwall and wife of the then Prince Charles, Camilla, as is well known, in addition to her own family's cubit shand tiara, a rather substantial piece in a floral style, often wore the Greville tiara, also known as the Boucheron honeycomb tiara. This magnificent diamond tiara, with its distinctive honeycomb pattern, was loaned to her for use by Queen Elizabeth II, and it became something of a signature piece for Camilla at many official events. However, upon becoming Queen Consort following the accession of Charles III, Camilla gained access to a broader array of crown jewels and personal adornments previously belonging to Elizabeth II. And one of the parures of the long-reigning queen that evidently particularly appealed to the wife of Charles III was this very sapphire parure, the George VI set, augmented by Princess Louise's necklace and the bracelet. Camilla, in her capacity as queen, has already worn this tiara, necklace and earrings on several occasions, and each of her appearances in these sapphires becomes a topic of discussion. Significantly, the sapphire parure was the first notable set from Elizabeth II's collection in which Camilla appeared publicly as queen following her coronation. This occurred during her first state visit alongside King Charles III. Such a choice was deliberate. It symbolized continuity, respect for her mother-in-law's legacy, and perhaps Camilla's personal affection for this set. Subsequently, Camilla wore this parure again for the diplomatic corps reception at Buckingham Palace, one of the most formal and glittering events in the royal calendar. The Queen has also demonstrated the set's versatility by wearing Princess Louise's sapphire necklace separately, without the tiara, pairing it with different earrings and the very same sapphire bracelet commissioned by Elizabeth II. This demonstrates that Camilla not only wears historic jewels, but also adapts them to her own style and specific occasions. It is not particularly surprising that the Belgian sapphire tiara and its accompanying jewels appealed to Britain's new queen. It is known that Camilla often chooses blue for her outfits, or its many shades, from pale blue to deep indigo. Apparently, blue is one of her favorite colors, and it genuinely suits her very well, flatteringly complementing her eye and hair color. Moreover, one must not forget that blue, along with lilac and purple, has historically always been considered a royal color, a symbol of power, nobility, and stability. And sapphires, with their deep, velvety radiance, naturally pair magnificently with blue attire, creating a monochromatic, yet supremely elegant and regal look. In the opinion of the public and fashion critics, the blue sapphire tiara suits Queen Camilla quite well. If, the first time she wore this historic adornment, she faced some criticism, with her staunchest detractors seeing in her, to quote their words, a pale imitation of Elizabeth II's style and grandeur, the voices of critics have now noticeably subsided. Evidently, Queen Camilla is undertaking significant work on herself and her public image. She is undoubtedly working with top royal stylists, etiquette consultants, and other specialists who are helping her live up to her new, elevated status. In any case, since her coronation, Camilla, as many observers note, is acquiring ever more royal polish and confidence. She no longer projects the image of someone some might have once deemed unpolished in royal robes and tiaras. If one compares photographs of Camilla from previous years, when she was Duchess of Cornwall, with her current appearances as Queen, significant changes are noticeable. Not only has her manner of comporting herself before the public and camera lenses changed, her posture has become more erect, her gestures more restrained and fluid. Even her smile, it seems, has transformed. It has become more akin to that signature royal smile, more modest, reserved, yet welcoming and benevolent, devoid of its former broad spontaneity. This is part of the transformation a person undergoes when stepping into such a significant and public role. The journey of this sapphire parure, from Princess Louise of Belgium, through the hands of collectors and jewelers, to the wedding of the future Queen Elizabeth II, the decades of her reign, and now to Queen Camilla, is truly a remarkable saga. These stones have witnessed the turning of eras, borne witness to joys and sorrows, state triumphs, and quiet family moments. They are not mere expensive trinkets, but symbols, threads connecting generations of the royal family and tangible fragments of history. What other secrets do these deep blue sapphires hold? And what new chapters will be inscribed in their history by future generations of monarchs? Time will tell. And what are your thoughts on this magnificent parure and its new wearer? What other royal jewels inspire your admiration or curiosity? Share your opinions in the comments. Give us a like if you enjoyed this video, and of course, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new captivating stories from the world of jewelry artistry and royal treasures. Until next time.